Hello, welcome to Lemon Studios, where we talk anything and everything entertainment. I'm, of course, the Lemon himself, Zeke Lamone, and this is my review for Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. But before we get into that, let's get the house clean out of the way. Share, I'm leave a like. Comment below, let me know your thoughts on Mission Impossible, and of course, hit that subscribe button as it helps me grow into my YouTube career. I would greatly appreciate it. Now, all that out of the way, let's get into the review, shall we? So, the supposed final Mission Impossible movie starring Tom Cruise is officially out in theaters. And what did I think of it? Now, first and foremost, before we even get way too much into it, I am going to have a full disclaimer. I am a very casual Mission Impossible fan. I saw the first three when they came out, or when they came out to video, I should say. I think I was too young to be in the theater, or I wasn't even born yet. When did that first one come out? But anyway, I have at least saw the first three, and I'll be honest, I didn't really love them that much, even as a kid. And then when I rewatched them as an adult, they were fine. And I really had no interest in watching 4 through 6 because I saw Dead Reckoning in the theaters last year. I had no interest in them whatsoever. But then once they was like, hey, we're doing this 2-parter, it's going to be the final one, I was like, okay, I'll give the others a shot. And man, 4 through 6 are so amazing. Love Rogue Nation. Love Ghost Protocol. I think that's probably my favorite one. Fallout's a lot of fun too. And then we get into Dead Reckoning. You know, I said in my review there, like, you know, I just kind of missed the fun. Like, you know, there was definitely fun to be had in Dead Reckoning. And there is fun to be had here in Final Reckoning for sure. But I would say that Dead Reckoning and this one, Final Reckoning, are a little bit of a callback to those first three, which y'all do know I don't fully love or appreciate as much as the others. And with that, it is a slow start of a movie. This is close to 3 hours. I want to say it's 2 hours and 48 minutes. And I swear the whole first hour, or at least it felt that way, is just really explaining how everything's tying together, because they're really trying to hammer it home. Everything's coming together. Everything's coming together. There's a lot of flashbacks to the previous movies, explaining things from previous movies within it. And a part of me appreciated that because I only rewatched all of them again because, you know, I watched the first 3 as a kid, and then I watched 4 through 6 for the first time, gearing up to Dead Reckoning, and to Dead Reckoning, and you know, I kind of binge all of them, and I remember liking them. So a part of me appreciated the flashbacks quite a bit, but we flash back a lot, and I mean a lot, and I'm very much in the camp of, look, if you're on your 8th movie and it's the final chapter, yeah, sure, go call back to the other films, but I don't need constant flashbacks to it, to the point where it was not borderline parody, but, you know, it was just redundant to a degree. And also them explaining the mission. Now, granted, this is an overall Mission Impossible thing, is that they always explain how impossible the mission is, right? And they really, really try to sell you on that. And I don't know if it was a mixture of the constant callbacks and trying to explain how impossible this mission is and the stakes and all of that, but it was just really dragging out the beginning. Now, with that said, once the mission actually begins, there is action throughout the beginning as well. And again, there is fun to be had. There's a fun moment with Tom Cruise and Palm's character. I cannot remember her name, but she was, you know, the secondary villain in Dead Reckoning. Now she's on the team. There's a good moment between him and her and another guy that I cannot remember his name, where it's like a little bit of a standoff, and it's very, very funny. And I really enjoyed that scene. And, you know, there's others like that throughout the beginning of it. It's just a really, really methodical pace because they're really trying to explain and sell you on it. And part of me thinks it was very, very necessary for that, because again, once the mission starts, boy, am I holding my breath with the characters. There was literally a moment in this film where, you know, something happened and then, you know, it goes off and it doesn't go according to plan, but, you know, they pull it off, right? Just like in any Mission Impossible movie. And there was an audible exhale throughout the whole entire theater. It was a very, very cool communal experience to be a part of. So yeah, like I said, very, very slow start, but maybe a very necessary slow start, because again, once the mission starts, man, this movie goes up to a whole other level. I say in my immediate reaction on TikTok, like, this was a movie that I was enjoying, and that by the end of it, I did really, really like. I wouldn't go as far as to say as to love. Like I said, this isn't my favorite Mission Impossible movie out of all of them. I kind of think I like Dead Reckoning a little bit more than this one. I would also say, yes, there's callbacks to the other films, but I don't think they're all necessarily essential viewing to see the movie. You do need to see Dead Reckoning because this was originally called Dead Reckoning Part 2 and Dead Reckoning was called Dead Reckoning Part 1. So those two movies really do go hand in hand, and I will be very curious when this does come out on streaming or Blu-ray or 4K to watch Dead Reckoning and Final Reckoning back to back to see this like really basically a 5 or 6 hour movie to see how it really progresses with each other, because you can't really understand one without the other. Action is absolutely phenomenal in this movie too. I mean, Tom Cruise continues to just get to push the limits quite a bit. I love the stunt work in this film, especially when you can tell when it was within camera. Story, again, just takes a little bit to get going on it. Performances are really good. Direction's really good. You know what to come and expect when you go to see a Mission Impossible movie. But again, you know, with this whole, like, they were really trying to sell this is, or very, I mean, I only say very well could be the last one because, you know, money talks. And, you know, there's been a lot of, hey, we're on the final chapter, and then we do another one anyway. Right? So that's the only reason I'm saying it. I'm not by any means saying, hey, in the ending to keep it pretty open-ended. I am just simply talking from a business standpoint that, you know, I'm just so much of a, not a shield, but I'm so guarded that even when you say, hey, we're done after this, I can't fully believe that you are done after this, because, you know, if it's successful, which it does look like it is, it had the highest opening of any of the Mission Impossible movies on Thursday night. So, you know, it's off to a really good run start so far. So we will see in the future. But yeah, overall, I had a good time with it. I had fun. Again, I really liked it. It just took me a minute to get to really liking it. Just a really bit of a slow start. So if I had to rank it on a lemon scale where it goes sour lemon at the bottom, expired store-bought lemonade, hey, there's a lot of bad, but there's good in there. Store-bought lemonade, hey, there's good, but hey, there's a good chunk of bad in there as well, but overall, good movie. Lemonade, hey, it's a movie. Can't really go one way or the other about it. Freshly squeezed lemonade, very good with minor problems in it. And then strawberry lemonade at the very top because that's the best kind of lemonade. To me, the Final Reckoning is a lemonade. Very good lemonade. It's probably like one of those ones like you take the first sip and maybe it's a little sour at first. You're like, ooh, that was weird. But like as you know, you keep drinking it, you start to enjoy it a lot more. Because like I said, that start, it takes a little bit to get there. But once the mission actually starts, the movie really takes off. And the fun is there quite a bit throughout the film. But let me know what y'all think about it down in the comment section. Leave a like if you made it this far within a review. I do greatly appreciate it. And again, hit that subscribe button as I am trying to grow into my YouTube career. And until next time, guys, I'll see you here at Lemon Studios.